Flight boss, bitch. You know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind of an Antares Moon. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now, we're going to talk about clairvoyance. What is clairvoyance? Now, we're going to break it down in specifics. Now, you know, my channel, you know, we do this for real. You know what I'm saying? Now, this ain't going to be no spooky shit or no other shit to try to make you feel like other beings, and make you feel like things is impossible to do, or you have to go through all these type of ups loops and jump loops and fire hula hoops just to make you do this and feel like this. And anytime you have to feel like that, these are just programs and realm realities that's making you drain your energy. Look, you're already born with an activated third eye. You're already born with all chakras activated. You're already born with your kundalini lit. It's only when you start to go into time and experience and start to dive into programs and realms of realities that drain certain chakras and certain systems in your body that calcify it. Your shit is never calcified. You calcify it by the realms of realities and portals and realms of realities and programs ran by intellectual beings every day. When you go into these certain for an example, say you want to go learn to be a doctor. You have to go to school for this amount of years, right, to learn to be a doctor. Now, when you learn, you have to be educated, right? So when you learn and being educated, that's receiving information, right? You're learning and gaining information, right? Now, learning, gaining information, that's fucking with your spirit, because your spirit that you naturally are here, you may be receiving a bunch of other spirit, aka frequencies, light, information, sounds, you know what I'm saying, words. You're gaining information, so you may be gaining a bunch of other spirits that may not be necessarily right for your natural spirit here. So say you want to learn education, you want to learn how to be a doctor, right? You got to go learn, aka receive all this information and knowledge. So that drains a lot of your crown chakra, because your crown chakra is one of the chakras that receive the light and information. So that already allow other spirits, you open a portal for other spirits that may not be right for your natural spirit to fuck with your natural spirit. Now you running around with ideas and stuff that may not be you. So now you may be looking like a square to other people, like, oh, this person doing this and that ain't him, but that ain't her, but why they doing this? Because it's not you. You carrying around a spirit that's not yours, and whatever intellectual being run that spirit that you had to get educated and learn about, that's the energy you giving your crown chakra to. Now say you is dealing with romantic issues, or you're dealing with domestic issues. You may be a caseworker or something like that, or a social worker, or dealing with beating, abuse and runaway kids and stuff like that, right? To get into that job, you have to give a lot of your you get up and work every day and give off your heart chakra. So now you drain your heart chakra. So now you're on the internet every day like, man, how can my chakras can be lit? No, your chakras is already lit. Your third eye chakras don't get calcified until you jump out into the realms of realities of the world every day. Now that's what I'm trying to tell you. Now that you know that, you can utilize it right. Now look, what is clairvoyance? Clairvoyance. Now let's break down the specific words. Now I'm the Archangel Uriel. Now clairvoyance. Now clear. Let's break down clear first. Clear. Now even if it's spelled clear, it doesn't matter. Clear. That's what it really means. Voyance. Voyance means like something like vision, because it's tied to the V and vision. You know what I'm saying? Visualization. You know what I'm saying? Venus. You know what I'm saying? Something that's vast. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's check it out. Now, vision. Now, clear. Vision. Now, what's clear? Something that's clear. Now, if you're looking at an ocean, now let's look at it from an elemental realm of reality, because you in 3D, that's ruled by 4 elements, which is fire, water, earth, and air. So everything that's correlated has to be correlated to this. So check this out. When you want to look anything that could be clear, let's go to water. Clear. When you look at water, what's clear waters? A clear ocean. A clear water that's not even moving much. It's kind of stale. It's a clear, beautiful water. That's the kind of beach you'll take a picture at, or the kind of ocean you'll take at. Just clear as waters. You know what I'm saying? Boom. That's that. So in astrology, we know water represents emotions and feelings. So emotions and feelings is your emotions and feelings. So we know if it's dirty or muggy waters, we know that's water that got baggage in it or trash in it. So that means you're carrying stuff, you're carrying old emotions, you're carrying old feelings, you're carrying old baggage, things you need to let go. You know what I'm saying? And in the yin realm, which water deals with, when you look into the directions in the yin realm, we know up is feeling up, down is feeling down, feeling righteous, to look right is feeling righteous. But we know to to look forward in the yin realm, you have to feel like you're moving forward in life, and to look back in the yin realm, you have to you feel like you always going backwards or something like that in life. You know what I'm saying? Or every time you want to move ahead, you feel like you take a step backwards. So that's how you're looking back in the yin realm. Now, when we talk about the waters, the clear waters, we know now, dealing with the elements, if you want to, in this realm of reality, if you want to clear your waters, then we know you have to clear baggage. So this is one of the reasons why people meditate. That's another way of a clear. Now, what's clear related to the fire? What's a clear fire? A clear fire is a fire to itself that's scattered. It's scattered out. It's not harming nobody, and it's just like heat. It's warmth. So it's like heat in the house, or a campfire, or something like that, or something that's everyone is not dangerous. It's something that everyone could get heat from, and inspiration from, and warmth from. You know what I'm saying? So that's clear fire. That's fire that's not erupting or attaching to other things and burning other things down around it, or burning surroundings around it, or getting too hot. You know what I'm saying? So for fire signs, or the fire, the clear to have clear fires is to calm down. You know what I'm saying? To calm your nerves. You know what I'm saying? Not be too aggressive, not be too hyper, not be too excited, not be too down. You know what I'm saying? Not be too expressive, not be too non-expressive. Mellow out and get more relatable, and not too self-centered. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's already seeing the fire, because it's the light. So don't get too self-centered, which AKA the fire becomes too hot. No, stay at it. It's like a nice campfire, or a nice heat in the house, or a steam room, or something like that. Boom. That's clear fires. Now, when we want to talk about clear earths, what happens when you see clear earths? Clear earths. Boom. You see something clean, a clean house, or the streets clean, and there ain't no trash on the street, or you know what I'm saying, and ain't no you know what I'm saying, the street, a new street just got made too many cracks and bumps on the street, so they just tarred a new street so everybody could get on their skate car, feel like you're on a motherfucking skateboard now. You know what I'm saying? Driving up and down the street. You know what I'm saying? So that's clear earth. So that represents for earth signs, or the earth representation of not having too much trash, not being too materialistic, not having too much things on your plate. You know what I'm saying? Not having too much, carrying too much weight. You know what I'm saying? Because the land is land, if it's stuff on the land, that means the land is carrying the stuff that's on it. So if it's trash and baggage, aka when it plays out through an earth sign, or through an earth house, which is a life situation in your life, which everyone is going to share each of these qualities I'm talking about, whether you one of these natural planet signs or not. It don't matter what sun sign you still have a house. You know what I'm saying? So you're still going to experience all elements, no matter what degree. Even if you got all water planets, it doesn't matter. And, but when it comes to the earth, that's representation of clear earth. Not having a lot of baggage on you, not being everybody's crutch. You know what I'm saying? Not having a lot of trash, a clear earth. Now, air. What's a clear air? We know air is communication and thinking. You know what I'm saying? So, and earth, that's thinking and practicality. So that makes sense. That's common sense. Not to have too many leeches around you. Have more people that have common sense around you. That's like a clean street. You know what I'm saying? Or clean land. You know what I'm saying? Or just a nice cut grass. No, you ain't got no rats and snakes because you just cut your grass. See earth signs? You know what I'm saying? That's so earth. That's like just a fresh cut yard. You see what I'm saying? Now, when it comes into the air, we know air is thinking and communicating. So what's a clear air metaphysically? So that's like a clear sky, like a clear sky, or nothing in the air, no dust or nothing in the air. The air is like you can smell fresh air, and then it's just clear. It's clear air. That means it's nothing in the air. It's no storm, which is someone communicating or throwing their emotional weight around by communicating, by talking too much, worrying everybody, throwing their emotional weight around by talking too much, and having a down spirit or whatever like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of Libra, Scorpio cusp, because the water, air cusp are the cloud elements. And you can go to my cusp videos and know each one. You got lava, the same way you got water, fire, earth, air. You got lava, dust, cloud, steam. You know what I'm saying? And cloud and steam signs, cusps need to go together, and lava and dust signs need to go together. So the squares and the oppositions is good when it comes to the cusp, and the sextiles and trines is bad when it comes to the cusp. Same way like the houses. And you know, for the cloud elements, these are the air and water cusp. And then what separates them is their modalities. So I have a metaphor outlook for their astrologies, for their signs. Like so what separate them? Let's say the Gemini Cancer cusp will be cloud. This will represent a bright, white, sunny day, cloudy, friendly sky. Clouds, you know, like them friendly clouds, like it ain't about to rain, it's just a nice day cloud, you know what I'm saying? So this is what a lot of these people are comedians. They upbeat, they like to share their emotional feelings in an upbeat, mutable way, but they initiate, you know what I'm saying? The Aquarius Pisces cusp right here, this cloud element will be like a foggy clouds that's on the ground, because we know it's mutable and fixed. Pisces is mutable, Aquarius is fixed, and we know right here, being fixated on its own way of thinking and communicating by itself, that's like a balloon, air within the air, but it's its own unique air within the air. So right here, then you mix that with water, so then that's clouds. So you got water, mutable water, which is Pisces, being mutable and adaptable to its own or other people's ways of emotions and feelings. So when you put that here, that's like scattered water with fixed air. So that's muggy, that's like a fog outside. So these are people who like to communicate amongst their emotions and feelings amongst others in reality, because you got Saturn and Neptune based right there with a little bit of Uranus. So they like to go through changes with their spirituality, but be able to communicate it with others. Now when we go to the Libra Scorpio cusp cloud element, this is cardinal fix. This is a stormy, cloudy day, dark clouds day, because you have cardinal air with fixed water. Now you have Scorpio, which is being fixated on his own emotions and feelings, and cardinal air, initiating, creating new ways how to think and communicate. So these people a lot of times like to always communicate to another about their emotions and feelings. So these people like to be in this cloud element likes to be in relationships. They're very creative when it comes to relating to others, but a lot of times they're very manipulative, and they go very deep. Now when I say it's a storm, a lot of times they could be very they could communicate a lot, but when the storm is, that means they communicate and they sharp with their words, and they're communicating about, they're throwing their emotional weight around by throwing fits based upon connecting with others, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of times they hold their relationships a little higher than others. So a lot of times they get real volatile due to based upon the situations within their relationships. So that it can become volatile a lot of times, and these people they could stop someone break up with this cloud element, the Libra Scorpio cloud element. If someone break up with these people could stalk these people. They forever. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's just to break it down for the the little bit of elements. But just going in for the air, that's a clear air. So now that we broke down clear with the elements, now let's break down vision. Voyance. Now voyance, vision. What is vision? Sight, being able to see, being able to have a vision to see. So you're seeing now. So seeing it, to see something, it takes what? Light, right? So we know what is light. Light is information. So able to see, you need information. And if you have a own way of perceiving or seeing things, then your information could be stifled into seeing the whole big picture. So look, this is what I'm saying. This is what it is. This is what actually clairvoyance is. What clairvoyance is you able to clear the elements I was just explaining. You able to clear that within yourself when you dive into programs or realms or realities that's already controlled by intellectual beings, like just by going outside, having a job, being able, for an example, you want to get a car, right? So you want to drive, but you just can't drive, right? You got to jump into a realm of reality or a program to drive. And what is the realm of reality or the program to drive? You have to get a license. You have to get a license plate, you know what I'm saying? You have to get tag stickers. Now, what is these? Now these realms of realities as programs, they're ran by intellectual beings. Now you have to look at why these intellectual beings made these concepts and these rules and these programs for you to go into anyway. But if you want to drive, you got to dive into these, receive the information of light from those spirits and intellectual beings that created that process for you to be able to drive. And then now you're carrying around the baggage of that information of those spirits, aka frequencies and words and lights and information that you receive. You're carrying around that baggage onto you, and it's now you have a feeling and expression around it, so it's attached to your soul because now you expressed it. This is your emotional stance on it because you follow through with it. So you took the time to do it. So now you experienced it within the time. So now it's attached to your soul. So now you have the actual energy, the energy for it to become matter, for it could become solid. And how it becomes solid into this realm of reality, you end up getting an ID. You end up having tags and stickers. You end up having the energy to drive. You see what I'm saying? Now you got the energy. Like I was saying, the frequency is first, the vibration is second, which becomes time and experience, seconds, and then the matter, which is when everything start to get into dense, which is the experience and time. That came second. That's the water. And once the time, more experience, more weight, more water added is density. It becomes into more density, and it can be brought into more density, so it can become matter, and it can become solid. And how it plays out is into physical things. And like I said, it play out in this way that you end up physically having an ID. You physically have the energy now. And the way the energy get played out is through physical things. But you got enough frequencies, which you gained enough information. You learned the driver test or whatever like that. So you received enough light and information from that. Boom, you experienced it. So you went through with it. You dived into time, took the seconds and dived into time, so you had an emotional stance on it, and you had a feeling about it, and you expressed it. So now it's a part of your soul. You put your soul in it. You know what I'm saying? So you was able to move in it, have motion in it, because of your emotion. You moved into that experience, that realm of reality, that program, right? And you received all the frequencies, the spirits from the information of how you supposed to go through with that experience. Before you went through with it, you had to have the idea first. You had to want to drive first, right? Then all that, the time and experience in it, that's the water, that's the weight, that's your soul. The enough the experience that was required to have in it, you accomplished it. Now you have the energy of it, and then the energy gets processed. Now it's energy. Then it goes through matter. Now it could become solid, and then the energy that you had, when it starts to become solid, it becomes physical representations of. Now you got a license. Now you do got a license plate. Now you got stickers and tags. So you see what I'm saying? But look, ultimately, the realm of reality that you went into was created by someone based upon wherever you live at, whatever law over there, and for you to drive on the land of them, you have to abide by their law. So overall, when you dive into the intellectual beings and why they did that in the first place, you start to figure out why a lot of that shit be wrong. But then you can start to see why a lot of that shit be right. But then that's the whole nother video. But for the sake of this video, that lets you know when, say you a person who live in America and now you a person with your license, like I just explained, and you go to a country that don't require that, and they're just driving for no reason, you're not gonna be able to understand how is that possible, right? And you're gonna be like, dang, in this country they can drive without no license or nothing like that, and they can just drive, but here we gotta do that. Now, here's the thing. You can't see it that way because you don't got clairvoyance. And the reason you don't got clairvoyance because you only see things in a way of wherever you lived at, and whoever intellectual beings run the programs wherever you live at, they force you to see things, and they add their spirits onto your natural spirits and make you gain emotional stance on it. Now it's part of your soul, and now you got the energy of that process of other intellectual beings. You see what I'm saying? So when you go into another country, a lot of times it could dive into many different realms of realities. It could go as far as to you drinking some water in another country and get sick, and the people who drink water all the time in that country don't get sick. But if they drink water from the country you from, they may get sick. It goes so deep down and metaphysically. You see what I'm saying? So to the point that the air be different. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. Just by you being part of the collective conscious, you always gonna lack some form of clairvoyance. Now, what is clairvoyance and how to actually activate clairvoyance? Now, Archangel going to tell you how to actually activate clairvoyance. Now, this is clairvoyance. Now, as I just told you, what is actually clear and as all relating to the elements, and clairvoyance is actually relating to having a clear vision. So now we know how you can have a clairvoyance when we know living in a collective conscious, you have no choice. You're in a form of hell. You're in a form of a density. So now just knowing thyself and knowing what's actually going on, which the form of this video is a representation of, now you can apply yourself and align yourself the best way possible so you can be lighting and lifting your load so you can go where you got to go when your time passes in this frequency. But for the sake of what is clairvoyance, now this is how to utilize your clairvoyance. Now, anytime you dive into any realm of reality, which is an experience, and any experience, right? A clairvoyance is not being objective, being subjective. Now, what does that mean? Now, being objective. Now, like I said, being in a collective conscious, you're already going to kind of lack having clairvoyance due to the fact of how you was raised, what you was brought up to, and how you see the world because of what you know, but because of TV and information and things instead, and who you're around and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So off the back, you're already going to have like a lack of clairvoyance, but everybody still has a strong spiritual inclination, so everyone still are able to access their clairvoyance ability. Now, how you access your clairvoyant ability is when you go into, like, for an example, when you diving into a situation, say, all right, let's just say a petty situation. You at work and you finna have a conversation with someone, right? Now, having clairvoyance is not having an idea. That means not attaching your own spiritual nature. So not having your own outlook or your own idea or own preconception, your own objective, your own pre-constructed idea amongst this person or what they're about to talk about. And the next clairvoyant stage is not having an emotional stance or not feeling a way about what you're feeling. Now, this could go into any scenario or every experience. I'm just making an example right here so you can kind of understand what I'm talking about. When you at work, you already in a realm of reality under a program. So when you finna have a conversation with somebody, you finna dive into their realm of reality or their program. So I'm finna just give you an example by how you diving into somebody else's realm of reality and how you can have clairvoyance. Now, not having an idea about them, right? And then not having an emotional stance or feeling about them. So you ain't got no soul or time and experience pre-concept of the conversation or them before you have it. You just went into it, right? Now that's having a clairvoyance. Now you can do this in every situation. That's like either trying to go get a job or trying to do something new or diving into a creative endeavor.